Welcome to the Picture Perfect-ish podcast, where we talk photography, client tips, small business wisdom, and the real life chaos that sometimes wanders into the frame. I'm Dallas, photographer, mom, and chaos coordinator. Each episode, I'm giving you bite-sized tips to make your photos, your sessions, and your sanity just a little bit more picture perfect-ish. Let's dive in. Welcome back to Picture Perfect-ish with Dallas. This is going to be episode 9. Today we're starting a new series, Mom's Survival Guide to Photos. Today is going to be part 1, Toddler Edition. Anyone who has a toddler or knows a toddler, to be honest, can imagine that taking photos with toddlers presents a certain set of challenges. Today we're going to talk about some of them, and we're going to talk about how to avoid or best weather them. Let's dive in. Okay, first, let's go with an obvious one. Toddlers don't have a large attention span. I kind of touched on this the other day in my podcast about how long I recommend for each type of session. I definitely recommend going back and listening to that one before this or later if you have time. But first of all, I have my standard family sessions set at 30 minutes because for toddlers, that's all that they have to give. We are going to work really hard for 20 to 30 minutes and then we're going to be done. During that 30 minutes, as a photographer, I'm going to get on that toddler's level as soon as we get there. I am going to be acting insanely childlike, like Miss Rachel, and I'm going to make this whole thing play. We are playing. We are not taking photos. We are playing. I'm also coming prepared. I know that sometimes we all need a little bit of encouragement, and this is no different for toddlers. I'm bringing my treasure chest. This is going to serve as a reward that's going to keep their eye on the prize. It's a great motivator, and when the session is done, I'm going to shower them with encouragement and praise and then let them pick out a treat. I want to reinforce that taking photos is a fun, positive experience. This makes a huge difference for the next time we do photos. I can guarantee that they are going to remember the treasure chest, and that in and of itself builds excitement for the next session. Another thought, once the enthusiasm is gone, it is hard to revive it with toddlers. Once the tears come out, it's usually really hard to get those sweet smiles after that. So let's remember that. We want this whole thing, the prep, the drive there, the photo session, and after the photo session to be a positive experience for everybody, especially the toddlers. Pro tip, parents, I know that there's a lot going on picture day. You might have some anxiety, you might feel pressure for things to go perfectly. Most likely on picture day, things do not go perfectly. Things go awry. And that can add stress, especially on mom. But hear me out on this one. When you lay down the law, or when you bring out the big voice, or you threaten or punish them, it's over. I have never seen this work, especially not for toddlers, not once. Try to hype them up on the way to the session. Try to stay upbeat during the photos when they start getting antsy. And if sometimes we need to take a minute and let them kind of recoup, take a break, or have a little pick-me-up snack, and that's just the ticket to help kind of get us all back on track. Next, let's talk about what to bring. The first thing that I think about with toddlers is that they are messy, they are fast, and they are accident prone. So, side note, let's be mindful of the accident prone thing when we're selecting your location. There's like a range of accident proneness for toddlers. So I need you to let me know how cautious that we need to be when we're figuring out what location. So don't forget, we're going to work together. We can discuss that. We can pick the best location for you guys. Anyways, back on track. What to bring. Okay, bring 2 changes of clothes. Bring another outfit than what you originally picked out that will also kind of work for photos, just in case we get messy during the photo shoot. I would also bring a comfy pair of clothes for them to change into when they're done, just in case they got messy or they're just not comfortable. Actually, pro tip, make them wear the comfy clothes in the car on the way to the photo session and change them into their nice picture clothes in the car when you get there. This is great because you're not going to get wrinkles from sitting in the car seat or stains from whatever may or may not be in the car seat. This is also good because a lot of kids, they're going to pull off their socks. They're going to pull off their shoes. Little girls pull off their hair bows in the car, especially if it's not the most comfortable clothes. So keep it on the hanger, keep it all hung up in a safe, clean location until you get to the session, and then just change them into their clothes right before photos. I think that works really well. That's a good pro tip. Bring baby wipes. Just in case there's a mess, just in case we've got some stray boogers on their face, or maybe a little bit of a snack left some crumbs around their mouth. Bring baby wipes. Bring a hairbrush in case we kind of mess up our hair, changing clothes in the car, or if it's a windy day, or maybe we're getting a little rambunctious. Bring a hairbrush so you can kind of tame their hair just in case it gets a little bit out of place. Okay, bring water and a snack that's not messy and not super involved. Something quick, something that's not going to get all over their clothes or their face, but can be a good little pick-me-up just in case we need a snack. Okay, Mom, bring your hairbrush, bring a handheld mirror, touch-up makeup, and maybe a little towel for touch-up, because we all know that chasing a toddler around can sometimes work up a sweat, especially in Alabama heat. So it might be good to bring some of those things for yourself. Okay, funny story. I saw on TikTok a family at a family session, and they brought a can of whipped cream, and the dad was giving the little boy whipped cream directly into his mouth right before the photographer was going to take pictures of him, to keep him still and encourage him and be silly, and to keep him smiling during photos. I've never done that, but I would be interested to see if that works. So somebody, let's try that. Bring some whipped cream. Suggestions on how to prepare your toddler for a successful session. Number 1, let's not schedule the photos when they are hungry or sleepy. We do care about the best lighting at your location, but we are not going to overlook nap time or meal time. Let's work together to find the best time for your photos, for lighting and for the littles. Number 2, if your kid has a magic hour where they are just so much happier during the day, during a normal course of a day, let's consider that and try to work with that, because there are a lot of logistics during photos. Having a happy toddler already would really set us up for success. Number 3, I kind of touched on this already a little bit, but bring a snack that's easy and quick and not messy, and bring some water. Do you remember that old commercial that said, "You're not you when you're hungry, eat a Snickers"? Okay, that is 100% true, especially for toddlers. But we're going to be mindful about what kind of snack we're going to bring. We're not going to bring Cheetos, because we don't want Cheeto fingers, and we don't want the Cheeto finger marks on the clothing that usually accompany that when toddlers eat them. Don't bring Oreos, because we don't want your kids' teeth to look like they're decaying. A couple good suggestions I would say are like M&Ms or Goldfish, and if you're brave, like the little Smarties candy. Really packs a punch and can really get them all hyped up, but it's really not messy at all, and they get really excited for it, so it's kind of like a reward. Number 4, reframe things about the photo session leading up to the session. Like, let's refrain from saying things like, "Oh, we're taking photos today," and let's lean into more of, "We're going to go play with my friend Miss Dallas in this really cool place, and she's going to take some of our pictures." Or, "Hey, we're going on an adventure today with my friend Miss Dallas. She's so nice, and she's going to be taking some of our pictures, and it's going to be so much fun." You can really hype it up and be like, "We get to go to this cool place, we get to wear these cool fancy clothes, and we're going to get our pictures taken as well." I have learned in my almost 8 years of parenting that one parent hack is that a lot of getting your kids to do things is all about good PR. Okay, a side note to explain that a little bit. Everything in life can be spun and reframed a little bit to be more appealing to your kids. Work smarter, not harder. For example, with my almost 8-year-old, it isn't go do your laundry or go do your chores. It's, "Hey, let's play a game. You own this laundromat, and it's your job to wash the clothes and dry the clothes and fold the clothes. And then when you're done with all that, you get to be the laundromat delivery girl, and you get to go sort all of the clothes and deliver them where they're supposed to go." And that is a lot more fun and a lot more effective. Do with that as you will. Okay, my final thoughts on surviving photos with toddlers. These are little people with big feelings, and you already know that. They are adorable. They have roller coasters of emotions. You really don't ever know what you're gonna get. You can have those heart-melting, organic snuggles and smiles one minute, and then throwdowns because the grass is green the next minute. as hard as it is, and I know that it is hard, especially on picture days, we are just gonna give a little bit of grace to them, and I want you to give some grace to yourselves. The biggest way to set yourselves up for success is to set realistic expectations and ideas of how this is going to go for your family, and to stay level-headed and as cool as possible. You are the calm in the storm, and you are the anchor for them, because this is going to throw them off. It's new, it's not the normal routine. Toddlers love routine. So this is going to be challenging, and they are going to look to you as their anchor and to how they're supposed to navigate this. So we're going to try to genuinely have fun. Your mood and your attitude is what they're going to be mirroring. It's going to be the thermostat that kind of sets the mood for the whole session. I am going to humiliate myself in public and act totally bonkers just to get those precious little smiles and giggles. I need you to commit to just taking a breath, letting your guard down, and joining in the insanity with me. Because this is an adventure, remember, and we are playing, and it's going to be great. It's going to be great memories. I'm already excited just thinking about it. In closing, I would like to say, you got this, Mama. You are going to rock photos with toddlers. I believe in us. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I'm really excited. Next week, I'm going to continue my series of Mom's Survival Guide to Photos, Baby Edition. And there are going to be several more that I think you guys are going to find really helpful. So, I'll see you next time. Thank you for listening to Picture Perfect-ish. If you learned anything, laughed, or feel even a little bit more prepared for your next session, make sure you hit follow and subscribe, because there's so much more to come. See you next time.